Can we just start with the injury news after Saturday? Is it clean bill of health in terms of the ones that came back from Portsmouth?
Yeah, we reported no issues after the game Saturday, which is a bonus. So, other than the injuries that we've got at the moment, we've got the squad that was available on Saturday will be available for Tuesday.
Obviously, the most disappointing news on the back of the weekend is regarding Marvin. It's going to be a bit of an absence, is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a blow, obviously, because Marvin's been outstanding for us this season. I think he's stepped up and gradually grown into the role, improved his confidence, and he's been thriving. I think he's been a colossus for us at the back. So it is a blow. But I thought Danny Ballard came in, and him and Hubby were excellent on Saturday. Kept a really good attacking threat like Portsmouth have got in their team, kept them quiet. So one injury always presents an opportunity for someone else, and that's what the players got that on Saturday, and they took it.
Been a really good clean sheet record in the last couple of months, despite sort of the changes that you've had to have, whether it's be full back or centre backs. How much does that come with the sort of like the structure and the work that you do on the training ground, that if somebody does slot in, it's the same way?
Yeah, and that's testament to the work that the players do on the training pitch and how they approach training and the work that they do. They've been really receptive to how we want to work, and I think you can. We're trying to find a consistent team, and but sometimes with that inconsistency, the opportunities present themselves when players are fresh and they're ready to go, and I think that's been really evident this season. So even when there's been changes, I don't think that's affected how the team's played or how it appears that the team's play. So, and yeah, I'm sure with plenty of games to go between now and the end of the season, there still will be some changes.
When you look at the last two games, I know you like more comfortable score lines, but how particularly pleasing, especially on Saturday, was the game management?
Yeah, after we went 1-0 up, I never felt like they were going to score. I felt quite comfortable and confident on the side, which is a really good feeling. As a coach, that you're thinking, no, we're in control here, even though they're throwing men forward and they're getting balls in the box. I felt calm, and that shows the level of trust that I've got in the players on the pitch, and I think the players feel that as well, and that's the most important thing. Not me, it's them, and the fact that we can go away from home and win 1-0 and see the game out like we did. I think the players should draw a lot of confidence from that.
We saw some footage on Friday of CJ working with a football again with the physio. Is it all about sort of timing in terms of integrating him back?
Yeah, no, CJ's been back out on the grass for a few weeks now. He's happy and smiling, and he's ready to come back into training with the squad. Now, with us having so many games, we won't be doing loads of training between the games. It'll be more like rest, recovery, and then just preparing tactically for the game. So we have to make sure that CJ gets the right level of training before we start to integrate him back into the first team squad. But we want to do that as quickly and safely as possible. But to have him back out on the grass and back joining and full team training again will be a lift for him and us.
Is that the balancing act, because you've got the Saturday, Tuesday, you've got to sort of be careful when you put him in and how many games he plays in quick succession? Yeah,
and with these types of injuries, you're never right until you're wrong. So yeah, we speak together, we draw upon the experience we've got within the staff, and we then start to integrate him back in when we feel it's the right thing to do. And obviously you have to take the player's thoughts and feelings into consideration when you're doing that. But he'll be ready to, he's chomping at the bit. He can't wait to get back out on the pitch and get playing again. And he's been a big player for us this season, and we'll be delighted to have him back.
Are you getting any closer with Gary Madine?
Yeah, fingers crossed. Yeah, Gary will. He's been out for a few weeks, so hopefully if he doesn't make tomorrow night, then Saturday would be. Charlton would be maybe a better option, but we'll see. Again, you have to take. Gary's an experienced player, and he knows his body better than anyone. So when he tells you it's right, you'll know he's ready to go. So Yeah, the quicker we can have those players back, it would be it'd be a big lift. But also, we don't want to put them at any undue risk. And once they come back in, we want them to stay in and be around it for, you know, the amount of games we've got coming up. There's still loads of games and loads of points to play for yet.
Doncaster on Tuesday night. I know you've looked back on a few games this season and thought you've not necessarily got what you deserved. Is that game earlier this season top of the frustrating list?
It was certainly one of them, yes. It was. I thought we were excellent first half, comfortably 2-0 up. And you knew that the first 15 minutes of the second half they'd come at you. Without going back onto moaning about referees, or that their first goal was clearly offside, and I think that had a big bearing on the outcome of the game. Having said that, we could have done better in the second half, but when you look at all the stats and everything after the game, and I know it's not just about the stats, it's about the outcome, you're scratching your head thinking how we lost that game. In my opinion, we should have got at least a point, but it also showed you what Doncaster is about as a team. They showed that on Saturday coming back from 3-1 against Hull. They did that against us, so they have they've obviously got some resilience and character within their dressing room, and a belief in how they play, and they stick to it, and they get the rewards from it. So they've got some really good players. Darren Moore, terrific manager, great experience, and it's going to be a really good game of football, and we'll have to play well if we want to beat them.